Hello, my name is Rebecca, and I'm a public health nurse and the Director of Community Health Services for Madison County Department of Health. And today we're going to be talking about COVID-19 vaccines. This is your 411 for frontline staff. What vaccines are available? Currently, there are 3 vaccines authorized in the United States. 2 of these vaccines are mRNA vaccines. There's Moderna, which is authorized for people 18 years and older, and it's 2 shots 4 weeks apart. There's also the mRNA vaccine Pfizer, which is authorized for people 12 years of age and older, and it's 2 shots 3 weeks apart. There's also the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is a viral vector vaccine. It's authorized for people 18 years and older, and it's a one and done. You get your 1 shot, and that's it. You're considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after your final dose. So for the mRNA vaccines, 2 weeks after your second dose, you're considered fully vaccinated. And for the Johnson & Johnson, 2 weeks after you get that 1 dose, you are fully vaccinated. So how does the vaccine work? The mRNA vaccine works by taking a small part of the virus's genetic code, the RNA, and they're turning that into a vaccine. Once the vaccine enters the body's cells, it tells them to produce the coronavirus spike protein. The spike protein is what your body's immune system actually reacts to. It helps build up some antibodies, so if you are ever actually exposed to COVID-19 virus, your antibodies will recognize that spike protein, attack it, and help prevent you from getting actually sick due to COVID-19. The viral vector vaccine works a little bit differently. Instead of using mRNA, it uses what's called a viral vector. It uses a harmless version of a different virus, so not the COVID-19 virus, and it uses it as kind of a little boat carrying the vaccine into your body. So then the vaccine still teaches your body to recognize those spike proteins. So again, it will create antibodies against spike proteins. So if you ever are exposed to COVID-19, it will recognize those spike proteins and then fight against the COVID-19 virus and help prevent you from becoming sick. COVID-19 vaccines cannot give you COVID-19 because they do not contain the live virus. And none of these vaccines interact with a person's DNA or cause genetic changes because the instructions do not enter the nucleus of the cell where our DNA is kept. So even though before we talked about how that material may go into cells, it doesn't go into the nucleus of cells where the DNA is. What we know about COVID-19 vaccines are that they are safe, effective, reduce the risk of getting the virus and spreading it to others, and reduce the risk of severe hospitalization and illness. There are many benefits to getting the COVID-19 vaccine. If you are vaccinated and exposed to someone with COVID-19, you do not have to quarantine. You also do not need a mask in most public spaces. After being vaccinated, you can safely visit with friends and family and help protect loved ones who are unable to be vaccinated. Getting vaccinated will help us get back to normal life. Like with any vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, there are people who have concerns about it. One of the concerns is the vaccine development process. The COVID-19 vaccines have been rapidly developed, but all steps have been taken to ensure their safety and effectiveness. COVID-19 is related to other coronaviruses, such as the ones that cause SARS and MERS. Scientists have been studying these coronaviruses to develop vaccines for years before COVID-19 was identified. So all that knowledge they had by studying SARS and MERS was able to be applied to COVID-19 and allowed us to quickly develop a vaccine. For the speed of the development and vaccine trials, the vaccine trials did not bypass any safety precautions. Every study, every phase, and every trial was reviewed by the FDA. Some steps were completed at the same time instead of consecutively. So what this means is instead of going step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4, some steps were completed at the same time. So for instance, 1 and 2 may have been completed together, and 2 or 3 may have been completed together. And that helped speed up the process. All approved COVID-19 vaccines have gone through the same safety tests and meet the same safety standards as all other available vaccines. After the vaccine was developed, they put in safety monitoring systems to continually watch for any adverse events. So the VAERS system, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, is a system where healthcare providers and community members can report those adverse events. Healthcare providers are required to report any adverse events related to vaccines through this system. The CDC also has a system called vSafe, and this is a smartphone-based tool that provides personalized health check-ins after receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. So after you receive your vaccine, you can sign up for the CDC vSafe program and report any side effects or any other issues you may be having. Vaccine side effects. There are some common side effects after getting the vaccine. You may experience some pain, redness, or swelling where we give you the shot, and you may also have some flu-like symptoms, including tiredness, headache, body aches, chills, fever, and nausea. However, not everyone experiences side effects, and those mild to moderate flu-like symptoms tend to be more common after your second dose compared to your first. And if you experience any of these side effects, you can take over-the-counter medications, such as Tylenol or Advil, to help manage the side effects. We also recommend that you rest and hydrate. There have been claims linking COVID-19 vaccines to infertility, and all have been scientifically disproven. Early data did not identify any safety concerns for pregnant people who were vaccinated or for their babies. Recent studies even suggest that there's a benefit to both the mother and the baby if the mother gets vaccinated. If you've had COVID-19, you still should get the vaccine. After recovering from COVID-19, experts do not know how long you will have protective antibodies. And although rare, after recovery, it is possible to become infected by the virus again. Vaccination is a much safer way to build protection compared to being infected. So what's the rush? The longer you wait to be vaccinated, the more time you are not protected against COVID-19. Vaccination will help protect you, your family, and your community. Our goal is to reach that herd immunity. So the yellow people here represent people who are infected with COVID. And the people in gray represent people who have not been vaccinated. And the blue, people who have been vaccinated. As you can see in this first picture where there's no herd immunity, the person who is sick with COVID-19 is able to spread it to many others. But once herd immunity is reached, this person who's sick with COVID-19 is unable to spread it through their community as far because there's this protective layer of people who are protected against COVID and helping prevent it from spreading. When trying to get more information about COVID-19 vaccines, it's really important to use credible and reliable resources. The CDC's COVID-19 vaccine website is an excellent resource. If you want more information about specific vaccines, we recommend that you visit this link for COVID-19 vaccine fact sheets, and there's a different fact sheet for each vaccine. If you'd like to talk to somebody about questions you have about the vaccines, you can call the Madison County COVID-19 Vaccine Nurse Hotline. The hotline is open from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and the number is listed here. We believe that vaccination is a choice. Vaccination is an important personal choice, and everyone makes their choice for their own reasons. But we hope this information helps you feel confident in the choice that you decide to make.